What do I say when parents tell me that low demand didn't work for them? Hi, my name's Brooke, and I am an author, advocate, and co-writer of the book, The Insider Guide to PDA. Every so often in one of my support groups, someone will come in and say, low demand didn't work for me, it actually made things worse. And while it can feel threatening because here we are as PDA families, often already misunderstood, I like to give this question a little bit of space and room to breathe. There are a couple of good reasons why low demand might not be working. The first common misconception I run into when people are implementing low demand is that it means to drop everything and just let everything go. And while that can be a very valid way to handle pressures and demands when burnout is at its very worst, that is not the only component of what low demand is. It actually is a very responsive thing where we are meeting our kids where they are at, where we're attempting to connect with them intentionally over shared interests. There's a lot of troubleshooting that goes into it, and also support when it comes time to try to help scaffold them into more activities. The second thing that might be going on if a low demand approach is not working for a family is that they might actually not be working with PDA, but they might be working with autism with an extreme demand avoidance. So this also isn't something that gets talked about very often or very clearly, but it is talked about in our book, The Insider Guide to PDA. But extreme demand avoidance can show up in autism and not be a part of PDA. The importance to this is that if there is a lot of demand avoidance and someone is not PDA, there are certain supports that will work for them that wouldn't work for a PDA kid. Increased structure, increased predictability. I find that PDA kids are far more reactive and far more unpredictable when it comes to what supports they might need day to day. And it just goes to say, like, if you're not sure which category you fall into, I try to encourage parents to not overthink it too much, because it's really coming from the perspective of supporting the child in front of you, not taking something that has worked for someone else and, duplicating it exactly and laying it over your child. And it's a matter of degrees. So you can be uncertain and still try things out to see what helps your child, because the focus here isn't so much like making sure we all fit into perfect categories. The categories exist to help give you ideas of things you could try. So if you're trying, supports that typically work for most autistic people, but it's backfiring, then you might actually be working with PDA.